Getting anything out of us today, pal. He hit it all right, in fact, the shot, didn't he? But worst result possible.
One.
Now this frame at least has got a bit more of a normal look about it, doesn't it?
7.
A few loose reds open, all the colours on the spots, so still plenty of work to do here though for Ding. 2 or 3 loose reds, but as I say, nothing really easy to play for.
Eight.
Yeah, clever little shot there. Any sort of cannon on the red. One of the 3. He was
15.
bound to be on one of them. It's just opened up the path for the other 2.
$16. $23.
Just a bit of a bemused look, isn't it, from Ding Junhui there. That was a bad shot as well. He's fortunate, in fact, still to be on this red.
$24. Yeah, okay.
Now his choices here. Does he have enough angle on the yellow to play a cannon into the pack of reds? Or does he just play for a loose one? Went for the split. Now how's his luck? Oh, that'll do nicely.
26.
Hamper cueing, but you would expect him to pot it and get out for probably blue.
$27. $32. $33. $39.
He Just paused in his tracks there, Ding. I think he's hamper queuing here. I think it's the 4 reds together. I think he's on the 1 second. Yeah, well, second from the top, I was going to say. As I say, he's hamper queuing, so this can be missed. Yeah, beautifully played.
40. $46.
Well, this looks like 2-1 to Ding coming up.
Still not quite in prime position, isn't he, Ding? Yeah. Still got one good shot to play. Not sure whether he can hold for pink to left, right middle here. That'd be a better shot for position next time round.
$47. $53. $54.
This is what the top players do, Clive, isn't it? You lost the last frame, a 55-minute. Real slog of a frame. Let's get back into his queuing here. Every credit to him, because it's not been easy. Black's been out of commission the whole time.
$59.
And he didn't have an easy continuation there from the blue.
Yeah, just as I said that, it's gone wrong. 56-point lead. It's far from sufficient. Strong favourite for the frame. Now, does this red pass the pink? Far left corner. I think it does. You see it screwing back for black, so it's almost frame ball this. Oh, brilliant shot.
60.
Just needs to make sure of the black. Doesn't need to strain for position. A couple of minutes ago I said that Ding appeared to be heading for a 2-1 lead, and
67.
that's what he's achieved, barring snookers, although he did have one last difficulty before he reached
Junhui 67.
the desired position. 64 in front, only 59 on. Should be 2-1.
One. Eight. Yeah, okay. Nine.
Yeah, he's looking for one more red and high value colour here, Barry Hawkins. I don't think he's got any option but to play for a double off this black.
But now that he's missed the
Barry
black,
Hawkins,
his
9
task
frame
is
conceded for
just
ending
not
Junhui.
worth persisting with. It's taken an hour and 25 minutes for Ding Junhui to build up a 2-1 lead over Barry Hawkins. Ding has made breaks of 63 and 67 in the 2 frames he's won. The one he didn't was a long drawn out grind of 55 minutes. I think Ding would have been expecting another ball to stop that red that he played safe off. But Hawkins, by the look of it, can't get through to the red nearest the pocket.
Oh, that's much better.
1.
Type of shot we're normally used to seeing Barry knock in. I'll just settle him down. Decent little chance this. 5 or 6 loose reds.
Eight. Nine.
He'd like to input in this next red here, Barry. He'd like to be finishing low in the black. He can play a deep screw into the cluster off that, with the insurance of the one over the left corner. Just depends what angle he has in this next red.
$15. $16.
Looks not bad. Should be able to disturb at least a few from this.
Well, seemed to hit the wrong part of the bunch.
Yeah, he just put too much pace in it, didn't he?
23.
I don't know if we'll see it again, but the cue ball went forward. Therefore it almost bananaed round the pack of reds. As I say, he didn't really want to play it as hard as he did. But at least he's still on this. A decent chance of playing for blue or baulk colour off it. Yeah, that's okay. So
24.
he's retrieved the situation.
$28. $29.
This is already Hawkins' highest break of the afternoon. The first time he's worked up any meaningful continuity.
$36.
He's forced into going back up for the blue this time, so he's just deciding whether to play a little cannon off the edge of the cluster as well, just to push other reds into open play. Looks like he's deciding against it, playing the deep screw. So top side of the blue.
37.
Well played.
An hour and a half for 3 completed frames.
Now he's got a couple of choices here. Obviously, back up top side of the blue again, or play for
42.
a low pink to disturb the reds. But if he is playing for the blue, which it looks like he is, he has to finish top side of it once again.
43.
Not happy with the way he's hitting the white. Just about 10 inches short of pace there. He can still play this, power it through on and off the cushion. Quite a big target, this pack of reds.
Didn't make the desired contact,
48.
but the blue was almost straight. There's a possibility of a cut to corner. Well, that red offered more benefit than the top red. Starting to look pretty promising now.
$51. $52.
You see, 59 the lead then. 75 still on, so
59.
2 more reds. Should see him past the winning line.
60.
This has been much more like Barry Hawkins, hasn't it, Clive, after that lengthy second frame?
Well, this is really the first time he's
67.
settled to the quality that we know he all has this afternoon.
68.
3 pretty scratchy frames he's played, but now he's come to life.
$75.
Yeah, it's where the temperament that we often speak about with these top players, that's when it comes in, doesn't it? You're facing
76.
adversity. The thing is, if you can eke out a result today, you get a chance to play again, don't you? You know, if you throw the towel in, you're back home.
Well, overcut that black from its spot, but
Barry
not before
Hawkins, 76
he'd made 76, which guaranteed him the frame.
Welcome back to the Group 1 match between Ding Junhui and Barry Hawkins. Level after the first 4 frames. This is now the 5th in this best of 7 match.
Still has to dig the cue ball out for position.
One.
And in fact, proved that he had just enough angle to do it comfortably.
It's not a great chance just yet, is it? The pink's now tied up somewhat. He can play for black here if he wishes. But barring shifting the red that's on the black spot, that would put the black up onto the brown spot, so it's the way he sees this.
8.
It's not bad. His choices here. He may even have a red to left middle.
15.
Best option. Just depends what kind of angle he has on it, if any. There you see it there. Just coming round to see if he can play for the pink off that red. Pink to right centre, that is. If he can, he'll play it, because it would just open up the pink spot. Just weighing up which way to go about this now. He's deciding the thin cut back. Plenty of colours to play for up the table, so it's maybe not a bad choice, this.
$16.
Ding Junhui, the standard bearer of the Chinese snooker revolution, which is now turning out excellent players on an industrial scale.
Yeah, you better believe there's some good players over there, Clive. I played a couple of them myself recently.
18.
Another couple that I watched playing, and for the age of 16, you wouldn't believe the standard that they're playing at. A young kid called Zhu Yulong, a terrific player. Another one, Zhao Yintong.
Yes, he beat Barry Hawkins in the China's International Championship in Chengdu.
He also accounted for the great Steve Davis, who's currently residing in a jungle somewhere south of Brisbane, I believe.
Seems to be doing okay on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah, so I've heard. Well, he's very witty, isn't he? The Nugget, as we call him affectionately. Sure, if there's any arguments or debates to be sorted out, he's the man.
Hawkins waves his hand in acknowledgement that that safety turned out better than it had a right to. Thin and left of centre striking to check the cue ball off the two cushions.
Talking of the influx of Chinese players, Clive, I was out there recently, a place called Zhengzhou, and there was a PTC event, of course, over there. I went in and watched one of the sessions. It was mostly Chinese players that were playing. There was a match in particular. One lad couldn't have been any more than 11 or 12, and his opponent was no more than 9 or 10. It was quite incredible, and they were both good players.
Well, Wan Si John is considered an excellent prospect. He's only just 13, and he ran Jimmy White to 6-4 in the International Championship in Chengdu. But so many of them are starting young through the schools and junior programs. Oh, hit that all wrong. Shouldn't have been going on to the middle pocket jaw.
Yeah, it's very un-Barry Hawkins like that, isn't it? That was a basic safety for someone of his class. See him behind Ding there, disgusted with himself. Especially if Ding pots this red down the rail. It might turn into a good chance.
One.
Struck it well. He does have the brown. Then cut back, but the blue into the corner. He'd probably only miss one in about 100, so I would say that would be the shot for me.
Six. Seven.
You know, when you think that when Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor made that pioneering trip to China in 1985, just after their great world final, the two best Chinese were scarcely 30 break standards.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's that you gave us earlier also, that 1,500 snooker clubs alone in Shanghai. It just shows you the type of country China. When they do something, they do it properly, don't
13.
Well, they sure did it properly in table tennis. They look as if they're doing it in golf, and certainly in snooker. When they take it up seriously.
T- 14.
Meanwhile, Ding is just going about his business here. Now, does this top red pass? I'll be hoping it does. Looks pretty tight. Maybe doesn't have all the pocket to play at, but we'll soon find out. Yeah, he's okay. As we've said before today, don't expect any mistakes from Ding. The form he's been in recently. He's only 33, but still has 4 or 5 straightforward reds to play for.
21. 27.
I think that little interview we heard earlier with Ronnie O'Sullivan chatting to Neil Foulds, Clive, he made a good point about Ding Junhui. He said he thinks he's toughened up, probably mentally as much as anything. I think he's dead right.
Definitely. Apart from anything else, he's learned to cope with the pressure of expectation. His fellow countrymen know he's very, very good, and some of them, a lot of them, can't understand why he doesn't win everything. So there's been a lot of pressure on him, particularly in the World Championship.
There was the famous occasion when, in fact, he played Ronnie O'Sullivan in the Masters final, wasn't it? And he kind of wilted before our eyes, didn't he, towards the end of the match?
Yes, he got a bit of bad treatment from a section of the crowd, which again were that section were his fellow countrymen.
41.
And Ding ended up in tears. And
42.
O'Sullivan was very nice. Put his arm round him. There was an interval to go to, and gave him some kind words. O'Sullivan won 10-3, but very nice gesture from him.
Yes, it sure was, from one great player to another. Meantime, as his caption shows you there, Ding Junhui's past the point where Barry Hawkins snookers.
49.
So, one up with a possible 2 to play.
$55. $56.
That was a beautiful little shot there. I know there's no pressure on it, but he really struck that well. Hitting it crisply now, isn't he?
Yes, this has been a quiet match, but even so,
62.
this is Ding's third effort over 60.
63.
There's been a lot of safety, but when he has had a good chance, he's capitalised.
69. 70.
Neil Robertson has made 49 centuries this season,
77.
but Ding has made 34, which is pretty handy,
79.
and appears to be about to add to that total.
$82.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it, for the packed crowd this afternoon to see the first century of the day. I'm sure we'll see a few more.
86. $91.
Ding made breaks of 63 in the first frame, and 67 in the third.
$97.
Two previous frames he's won this afternoon. And that clearance of 104 puts him the odd frame in front.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions tournament. It's Group 1 in action, and in this opening semi-final, Ding Junhui is just a frame away from the win, having taken the 5th with a break of 104.
Yeah, there's many a match been won from behind. We've seen a A few days ago, Neil Robertson won from 3-1 behind against Martin Gould. When he looked low in confidence. But he upped his game, didn't he? 2 centuries and 70 odd to win the match 4-3. It can happen.
Good solid long red from Ding.
Yeah, as Neil said, it's been a slow burner of a match, but the standard has picked up measurably. Saving grace for Barry here, of course, may be that the black is tied up. Number of loose reds for Ding here, but as I say, until the black's in the open, it's not a genuine chance, this. It's a speculative attempt to open it up. Might be okay. Okay, the black's in the cushion, but he's still on a red.
4.
I think he can get top side of the blue from it, so it's not a bad outcome.
Junhui 4.
Delicate thin cut. Put the red on the near jaw. Obviously his thinking was to roll the black along the cushion, and he would have an easy red to the right corner.
Yeah, as I said though, I really thought he could have just played top side of the blue there. It wasn't easy, but I mean, even if he'd potted that red, he would have had extremely missable black to follow. Better
1.
served there, just trying to build some sort of lead there, Ding. Anyway, it's gone now, and Barry has given a gift. What can he make of it?
I think Ding would have fancied the black slowly and at point blank range.
6.
The best possible position for it, although still missable, as you say, Alan.
Seven.
Will the cue ball slow down? It has. It's nice on the brown. Similar to Ding when he had the chance a couple of minutes ago. It's not a great chance, this. Black out of commission. Pink's not really in the open. Not easy to drop nicely in a red here. He's playing for a choice. That looks pretty good.
11.
Pink does pass the right corner as well, so that good positional shot just pay dividends for Barry here.
Twelve.
See there, the red at the back of the pack will go, obviously. The black spot as well, so
18.
it was clever. He played for a choice or two.
Nineteen.
Twice already this afternoon, Hawkins has levelled the match from a frame behind.
25.
Making a reasonable start towards doing so for a third time.
$26.
Wanted the full ball cannon, didn't he? In the red. He's still on the pink. It's now missable, especially considering the way he's played today. Anything degree of difficulty looks missable for Barry, but expect him to knock this in. Playing it as a deep screw, as I say, it's missable. Good shot. Well, to keep this break going there.
32.
Won't be paying any attention to the black off this shred. It'll be back up for probably blue. Just gestured there. Pink to left middle, so maybe he's playing for that. Yeah.
33.
And that's nicely played. Nice little angle here if he wants to play for the red at the back of the cluster.
Well, Hawkins looks altogether more assured than he looked in the early frames.
39. $40. Barry Hawkins, 40.
Just a bit of a thrash, wasn't it? And when you're not playing well, the harder you hit that type of shot, it becomes extremely missable. I'll go back to his chair. Disappointed because it was a good break up until then, wasn't it, Clive?
It was. And he put that pink on the near jaw. You'd have understood it more in trying to make the angle if he'd put it on the far jaw.
Yeah, it's a good point. Just
One.
another illustration, I think, of just not cueing quite as sweetly as he normally is. Barry Hawkins. Little shake of the head there. Not happy, but he's still right in this, as you say, Clive. He can win this frame. Last frame would be a toss of a coin, in my opinion.
Now, has Ding played that inch perfect?
6.
If he has, and if he's on this red, that's the best positional shot anyone's going to play this week, because there was absolutely zero margin of error screwing off that blue. Can he pot this, get on the pink or blue, give himself a chance to win the match? Oh, that's brilliant.
7.
And the pink will go in the black spot as well. That suits him down to the ground. What a chance he's given himself from virtually nothing.
Are we going to see one of those instances where a player of the highest quality, the highest class,
13.
raises his game just when he needs to, as the match approaches its climax?
14.
Barry Hawkins not that far from levelling the match at 3-all. Ding came to the table, but Ding's response suggests that he could clear up here to close out the match 4-2.
21.
That was a beautiful shot off the pink. He plays that shot better than anyone in the world, in my opinion.
27.
Screw on and off the cushion. Played it to the inch.
28.
Once again here, playing for a choice of 2 reds. He's played the stun. High for the choice of 2.
34.
Keeping that last red in the pink spot is sensible as well.
35.
Easy for him to get on a colour from it. Just landed where he didn't want her there, but it shouldn't be a problem. Just run through a couple of cushions. Again, evidence that his positional play, he's got it in a string, hasn't he? Nice and close
41.
to the red. Barring accidents. Fancy him to win the framing match.
$42.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, a sign of supreme confidence, wasn't it? Most players would have played that through the green
49.
and brown and back through the same 2 colours, but he was having none of it. He fancied playing for the yellow the difficult way, and he couldn't have played it better. They played it 1,000 times.
52.
So the lead is 16, just this brown. The blue to follow. They'll be in tonight's group final.
This match has been a slow burner.
56.
There's been a lot of safety, apart from a couple of flashes. Barry Hawkins has been below his best. But even so, Ding Junhui, in the frames he's won, has made breaks of 63, 67, 104. And now, with that clinching 61, he emerges the winner by 4 frames to 2.